Welcome back. We've got Ohio. It's been a while since we've had some Ohio gameplay on the channel. We got Thunderer, Brisbane, Napoli, Genon, Fletcher, and Black. Now, you will see me cuss out the Black. Or not the Black, but the Thunderer. And we will highlight that. And you will see why I highlighted, or why I did that.
Attention Task Force Commander. Escort the support ship and floating workshop to the carrier. Over. Attention Engineer. Restore the carrier to operational condition. Attention Arsenal and Aviator. Deliver ammunition and resupply the rebels air group. Over. All stations. Quick defeat of enemy forces is key to success. Send them all to Davy Jones fast.
And we do have close quarters on. So for those of you that don't understand close quarters, just a reminder, it gives a 10% to reload when your ship is within secondary range. So with that, my Ohio goes down from, 28 seconds to basically 25 seconds. Now we do go for the Azuma. And we basically get a nice 67k on that.
Enemy cruiser.
One of the few times that you can actually shoot the Azuma and you just nuke it off map. Most of the other times I will say I don't even try for it because I'll usually guarantee myself I'm just going to get over it. And we get a nice 40k on the Hydra. Black would have most likely, Black's a good ship competitive-wise. It's a very good ship. I've played it in competitive when it's been tier 9. It's a very good tier 9 ship. The only downside is that it has very slow torps. The torps are very slow, but they're also very stealthy. And if you are wondering why my tracers are blue, I do have Tsar Ovechkin on there, which was a limited collaboration back in the day with Alexander Ovechkin, where there was a Soviet Ovechkin, there was an American Ovechkin, and these were basically like John Doe and John Burt, very special captains, and Tsar Ovechkin was a very special one. It cost me $50, but it's one that is allowed to be moved from Soviet to American ships. So this Tsar is actually my Nakamov captain that I'm training on my Ohio. But then I can move him back to the Stalingrad. I can move him to basically back and forth no matter how I wanted to. Like, it's that special of a captain. So in hindsight, it was actually worth the $50. Now I am not going to get very lucky on these salvos because, even the Genon knows it's a DD. And then I'm like highlighting there's a DD there. Although in hindsight, I did not even notice that. I was so busy shooting that even after watching the replay, like 2 times, I never even noticed that. It just goes to show you how close I pay attention to the chat. I don't even pay attention to the chat. I usually will pay attention to the players and how they're acting on their ships. Because that's what I need to know.
aboard.
And we get a nice 37.5K on that cloud, which is a really nice comeback shot.
This is Raptor. Enemy aircraft carrier detected. Destroy her.
And as you know, when Ohio hits, it hits hard. It does kind of suffer from that same effect of the 6-gun battleships and the 8-gun ships. It does have that downside to it.
Problem solved, sir.
Fortunately, it looks like me and Napoli are already on the depth charges before the BD even gets there. And we tell the Fletcher to get back. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Fletcher is fine.
All stations. Have equipment for light repairs of ships. Stay close.
Teammate, I need your support. Received. I'm on it.
And we got a pretty good hit on the CV. Fletcher does go down. I do ask for the Napoli because, one, I am in Ohio. Ohio's a good ship. But it does have not the most guns. If I had more guns, I wouldn't be as worried.
Fire alarm.
But it does have secondaries, but they're nowhere near as good as Libertad or Schlieffen, without a doubt. I mean, if you buy Ohio for the research ship, which I absolutely recommend everyone buy Ohio, you're buying it for the guns and the tankiness. You're not buying it for the secondaries. The secondaries are just kind of a, they're kind of like a nice little added thing on it. And that's 21K to the Clausewitz.
Set a smoke screen. All stations, provide fire support.
And I know, I'm pretty sure the Napoli's saying yeah, but it was kind of annoyed. And I can understand, but I'm the one at the front. I'm taking 3 different ships fire. I've got DDs that haven't spent torps. I've got CVs coming in. I've got a Clausewitz. Like, I need support. If I had a sleep, and I wouldn't be as worried. Because I would have definitely had my secondary skill go
Fire
off.
alarm.
And, you know, I would have had a lot more secondary power. Meaning a lot of these DDs and a lot of the ships would be melting. We have the CV that's, you know, making a U-turn on D1. We have cruisers coming in at B8. Meaning a Mogami and a Yoshino. We have the Thunderer, the one battleship that was in the area to protect it, is going after the CV. So now the CV's down 10,000 HP. it doesn't have as much HP as it should.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have used my heal that way, because then I would have had a faster reload.
Be us to port.
And we do see that the CV's taking fire. We do take a shot at the Mogami and we miss it.
What's rotten luck?
And even the Genon kind of knows it. We overshoot that. Unfortunately, if I had probably aimed shorter, I don't even think I would have cleared the rock. And he's like, fuck, we're resting support. Great, we're dead. Like, look at the CV. It is basically game over. And I'm like, idiot Thunderer. Because if the Thunderer stayed there, he would have been drawing fire and the CV would not be that low. And at this point, I'm honestly thinking it's game over. We do get a nice 26k, but the CV was at 71 or 73 HP. That is the lowest I've seen it ever get that low. And fortunately, the Genon shows up just in time before the Yoshino is able to put another salvo into it. It does launch his torps. It looks like the Mogami did launch torps. Fortunately, it looks like, and I'm playing this and I'm thinking, oh shit, please take that torp. I really hope that torp isn't aimed at the Ranger. Now we did take a torp, but it's like, eh. And I'm like, too close. Too close. It's 73 HP. If I hadn't nuked that Mogami, I think we would have lost. But we also wouldn't have gotten there had the, well, Thunderer, you know, done his job. And, well, I'll be honest. You know, I decided to let my whole team go south. Because when I was playing, when I came around that corner with this Raptor, I was thinking about one thing. I was thinking about Forgotten Void in a video he had me record, like, what, probably 2 years ago? It's when he first got his Rochester. And I will put a link to that in the description. In the video, you know, he said he was in this exact same situation where I believe it was a CV down south. But yeah, the fire CV down south. Now we get a nice 23k, but it was a CV down south if I remember right. And he was like saying, you know, he could have gone for it. But he was like, I would rather win and risk losing a star, basically. A star meaning objective, than to basically lose the op. And I was thinking about that a lot when I was playing. So I was thinking, yeah, totally. I would rather lose damage on those ships. Because I know in basically 3 seconds, there's going to be ships coming around that corner. And black is the only one closest. If I wasn't here, Black goes down. Guess who takes all the fire? The CV. And CV does not have the HP to even stand against a Clausewitz with German HE. Now we get a nice 27k hit right there. Very nice, very nice. And with close quarters again, our, thing is down to 23 seconds.
Final ends in 5 minutes.
We get a nice 1,511k hit right there. Napoli should pick up the Yoshino. Unfortunately, you do see that black torps are super slow and they do miss. But, every salvo we're hitting, we're literally just nuking the hell out of that Clausewitz. If you're buying Ohio, you're buying it for the guns and the tankiness. You're not buying it for the secondaries. The secondaries are nice, just a nice little adjustment. And it's a wonderful 5 stars. But very close to a loss there. Even so close that I was like, ooh, that's a little too close for me. And even though I'm always at the bottom or usually in the middle with Forgotten Void and these guys, I never have to worry about losing. I can throw on all my biggest boosters if I really wanted to. I could throw on red boosters. I could go through my red boosters, and I know I would always still win. Because they're that good. I don't have to worry. Now we end up with a nice over 500,469 and a nice 4,600 in free XP. Very nice amount of free XP. You add, it doesn't look like a lot, but you add that up over game after game after game after game after game. Like, so let's say you do 8 games into the 8, and you're scoring that kind of amount. Even like 4,000, that's 32,000 free XP. That's quite a bit of XP. And I'm at the top with 3082. Napoli is 3025. G-Non-Ver respectively 2915. Black 2012. And Brisbane is 1825. With Thunderer and Fletcher being at the very bottom. And I really don't know what the Thunderer is doing. I really think it just truly comes down to, I just don't think people are wanting to learn the ops anymore. I really don't think so. I really don't think they're wanting to learn anymore. Like, and you do see in the damage report, we fired over 200 shells and we did 400,000 with our main battery. And as far as our secondaries go, there's very little there. We still make over 700,000 in credits. And since it's not an elite commander, we make a nice 24,000 commander XP. So a very nice haul for green boosters.